No. No.
7 minutes.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Garbage day!
Huh?
No!
So, yeah, we just watched The Cat in the Hat, guys. And, this is another Matrocity review. If you guys don't know what a Matrocity is, it's where I basically have a bad excuse to talk about really bad movies. So, basically, Matrocity is movie and atrocity. Those two words combined to get Matrocity. And that's what this movie is. This is a bad movie. And it stars Mike Myers, guys. This guy played as Austin Powers. And he also played as the voice of Shrek. But he only has so much in his catalog. And we get movies like The Cat in the Hat. And this movie is horrible.
I can't. No, I can't do this.
I'm talking to a ghost.
No, cause like every time I think about it, every fiber of my being wants to like hurt something. Like, how did they let that slide? Who thought this was okay? They were in the office box like, oh yeah, bro, they're about to make a tournament.
Okay, so the movie begins off, and so we basically get our introduction. Alright, you know, I know we both kind of disagree about this, but I thought the intro to it was okay.
No.
I'm talking about like the illustrations and, you know, Dr. Seuss look.
No, I didn't hate the intro at all. I thought it was amazing. It's just...
Once it hopped into everything.
Like, I got this creepy, eerie feeling that things were about to go downhill. Lo and behold.
But I mean, if you didn't know about this movie prior, would you think that, oh, this is really good?
Entirely pleasant. I was expecting an amazing experience.
Yeah, but then we jump into the city of...
I got PTSD from 2009 and it hurts.
So we jump into the city of Anvil. Which, honestly, now, understanding them as filmmakers, the book is a very short book. And if you're trying to make it feature length, you're going to have to throw some stuff in there. Now, was it good material? Nah. No.
Some stuff?
No.
The book takes about 5 minutes to read. This was an 80-minute movie?
Well, that's what I'm saying is it's an 80-minute movie. You have to find some stuff to put it in.
How do you makeshift 75 minutes worth of content, bro?
No, what I'm trying to get at is, you know, you have to fill it up with something, and I understand that. But which honestly, you know, introducing a city like Anvil, which I gotta say, the set designs were just really good.
The artistic design was immaculate.
Yeah, but then once we get introduced to our characters like Hank Humberflew, the mom's boss.
Oh wow.
We know this is going straight to crap territory.
Oh wow. Did they ever leave? It was just born there.
Yeah.
That's where it always was. I'm having an epiphany right now.
And then when we get to the house,
midlife crisis at 18. That's what's happening to me right now. I can't do this.
Well, when we get into the house, then we're introduced to our main characters, Conrad and Sally, the two kids from the book. Which honestly, right off the bat, I hate them. I hated them with every fiber of my being. Like he's already being like that type of kid who tears up the house and, you know, he destroys stuff for no reason. Which he's doing his mom's hard-earned money as a single mom, and he's using the expression of, you know, oh, she's a single mom, that means I can walk all over her. He's just over here he's tearing up the kitchen, man.
You kind of like, you wasted every single food item in the house to make some armor. To go ahead and potentially kill yourself by sliding down the stairs. I'm like, no, something's not entirely right with that scene.
And then we get introduced to our antagonist. And I use quotations because he's not really an antagonist, but he's not like a great guy either. Like,
yeah.
But I agree 100% with what he was saying about sending that little piece of scum to military school.
Yeah, because honestly, if I walk home and I see hostess cakes on the ceiling, and I walk in and there's just a huge dent in my car, because my son decided to turn the pantry into an armory. No, you need to go. You need to go. You start 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you're late, you better not be.
That's what I'm saying. I'm sending that little brat to military school. Get him out of the house. And it's irrelevant whether they end up together. That little brat needs to go.
Yeah, nah, homie is pretty toxic.
Nah, yeah, this is for her own health, not even for them.
Lawrence is defo toxic.
Now, honestly, he doesn't have to get with her. As long as that little boy's gone, we're cool. Because next he's gonna start starting fires, he's gonna start robbing people, and he's gonna start resorting to murder.
A gang called the Alphabet Mafia. About to get into a bunch of
or we're gonna call ourselves the Seuses.
The Seuss Mafia.
And then after all that happens, then we have like an unnecessary scene where he basically says, "Well, I wish I had a different mom."
Like,
I'm like, you little punk.
Okay. so you want to blow up the neighborhood, but she's okay.
Okay, yeah, exactly. A couple of whoopings could have. No, he doesn't need a whooping. He needs a guy to come in there and beat the crap out of him.
I'm saying, she could have called somebody to just neighbor down the street. All you need is a belt.
Like, call
and
me.
A locked door.
Call me. I'll personally do it. I'll be like, with pleasure, ma'am.
All you need is a belt and a locked door.
Exactly.
That's really not that hard.
Locked doors.
That's why kids are bad.
Because kids don't get whooped these days. They don't get whooped these days.
I'm like, now abuse, yes.
This is your guy's fault.
That's a definite problem. But like, no, he needs to get beat for that because how are you gonna, like, bro? Like, that's not okay. That's not okay. And then like, I wish I had a different mom. Like, bro, what's wrong with you?
Well, I wish I had a different mom. I'm like, bro, you
Are
punk.
you okay?
Are you serious?
Like, you won't just get crossloaded with this belt.
This is your fault, parents. You don't discipline your kids.
This is definitely your fault. That's why kids are bad. That's
exactly. They don't be getting whooped.
I don't.
And then we get introduced to our Cat in the Hat, Mike Myers, and the movie was already bad.
Gotta start with our serial arsonist Sally.
No. I mean, she was bad, but she wasn't like comrade bad.
Yeah.
I mean, she was still behaving her a little bit.
But I wouldn't crossfade her for that though.
Yeah.
She's like a pretty well organized person.
Exactly.
5 minutes down the line.
Exactly. But we get introduced to our Cat in the Hat, Mike Myers, and it's not the worst introduction in the movie, but my goodness. At this point, I just didn't know what was going on in the movie.
Soul, bro.
Like, every scene is just him.
Bro, like, that's his tagline, bro. He's like, do you have asthma? I'm like, bro, like, he said the most unfunniest things I've ever heard in my entire life. He did.
And then it gets worse from there. And then he starts going.
Like, now I know I have PTSD. Yeah, I need to go to therapy for this.
Bro, this is horrible. Like, who? Like, okay, Mike Myers could have done a good job. But my goodness, did they not give him good
Whoever did
direction.
the writing for this movie needs to be fired from life itself.
I mean, he had a certificate for being neutered. And
yeah, how do you, bro? This movie was littered with adult content.
yeah.
In a set. Okay, how do you do this? It's like you make a movie with adult content in a setting made for kids, and PG just kind of comes out. It's like making a kids movie out of Deadpool, and that's literally what happened here. It doesn't work.
Pretty much. And then like the worst part was like he was having him sign this contract, and it was like, he had a certificate for being neutered. And he's like,
why is that
not for
here?
you guys to see. I'm thinking to myself, well, the filmmakers need that certificate.
No. Right. Then there was the rape scene.
Yeah. Oh.
How do you
wait.
get away with that?
We weren't there yet. We'll come back to that. Don't worry. We're coming back to that.
That needs to be.
Then we will. So, Mike Myers does his thing. He starts bouncing around the room. He's doing his cat and hat. He's trying to get us to laugh. Like, every shot is, like, always on him, and he's always talking directly to us. He's never interacting with the kids.
I don't want to see you. Don't talk to me, bro. Like, please.
He's never interacting with the kids. And can we please talk about the makeup?
No.
It looks horrific. Like, You know how there's cats nowadays? It was like the hideous cats with CG.
Yeah, like that little CG movie. Yeah, no.
This is hideous cats with makeup.
I might watch the CG. I don't even look at this, to be honest. I don't.
Maybe we might do a Matrocity on that.
No. The entirety of the world better be held at gunpoint for me to have a 50% chance of watching that movie, bro.
No, if I was held at gunpoint, you'd be like, no.
Yeah, you got
You'd be like, you can just take him.
Like, you might have to kill me. I'm sorry.
You'll be like, well, you can take him. I mean, I know he's my friend and all, but he drags me into these awful movies.
No, listen, I'd rather just see that way. I can just forget about it faster. I don't have to remember the PTSD and the trauma. Like the first time I saw this movie, I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, I mean, because you're younger, you don't look at this the same way.
Yeah, I was like 7 years old.
Yeah, same here. But once we started watching this, I was like, oh, wow.
Years can do some things to your mind.
I have seen things. So then after, Mike Myers bouncing around the room, doing his stupid stuff, just to show you how lazy this is, we literally have a scene of Mike Myers, Cat in Hat, talking to us, laughing at himself in an audience of a cooking show.
Like, I thought it was clever because they touched on all the choices. Like, oh, really? Mm. Yes. Really? Yes. If I say it again, I'm gonna have to shoot you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that was.
Yeah, he was like, anything? Yes, anything. Anything.
He's like,
I'll get you, and I'll make it look like a bloody accident. I'm like, okay, that was a little bit.
That was the one part where I might have chuckled.
Yeah, chuckle, not even laugh, just chuckle. And then he cuts his tail, and you get the son of a bleep part. I'm like, really?
Was that necessary?
Yeah, was this really necessary?
Was this movie necessary?
Yeah, I hope I don't get copyrighted for using footage.
Don't do that. Don't come across the audience like that. They don't need to know. They weren't ready for this. They didn't need to know this. They were having a good day, right? So then they clicked on the video expecting more good day. They didn't need to know about the footage. Please don't do it to them.
But they must suffer with us.
That's terrible. Please don't.
But then, after that, then we get, oh my god. So, apparently the house gets messy, and they try to get the things to clean the house. And you thought the Cat in the Hat looked scary. The things are terrifying.
It looks like pre-patch movie Sonic with just Donkey Kong live CGI.
They look like drugged out Mark Simpson.
Yeah, that's definitely
like Mark Simpson just inhaled like a ton.
They were just cracked out.
Yeah, cracked. Yeah.
Cut himself in half. They gave each half its own personality, and they said that was okay.
Well, the fact that they had human lips was disturbing.
That bothered me.
And it sounded like they were mentally challenged too. I'm being one.
Of course, they got the whole Spider-Man thing, walking on walls.
Yeah, that was freaky. They already look scary, but they're walking upside down on the ceiling. I'm like, oh,
I'm screaming.
Oh,
bro, if I was 5 years old, I'm screaming.
Yeah, this movie would traumatize
bloody murder.
Any kid, and if those kids are not traumatized, there is going to be something wrong with them in the future. Arkham Asylum.
Send
them to the asylum.
That's plain and simple. No, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Send me there. I need therapy after this movie.
We all need therapy after watching this movie. But after that happens, so apparently the box that the things were kept in leads to another dimension, and there's a crab lock on it.
I don't know.
And then so the crab lock gets around the dog's necklace, and he escapes the house. So they have to chase after the dog outside while avoiding the neighbor, which I 100% agree with. And so the thing turns the house into the dimension, and then we lead into that joke we were going to come back to, which they were trying to get the dog, and he's at a birthday party.
But why does the box open up a pocket dimension?
I don't know.
Dimension, because
time.
No, because I just thought that I thought they were just gonna aliens were gonna infect the house, but no, the house became its own time space.
Time.
Nah.
They were trying to find substance.
Bro, no.
they were trying to find stuff.
You ran out of that like 60 minutes ago. It's okay, just end the movie.
I don't understand this movie. I don't know.
I can't.
But once he crosses the fence, then we get into the rake scene. I'm using rake because I don't want to actually say it because it leads into a very inappropriate joke that was in the movie. And it was just like, it's just like, was it really necessary?
It wasn't.
Like
It starts off, they find the dog, and it's like talking to his neighbor, just trying to say what's up. And then he enforces child labor by making 2 kids throw him over a fence.
Exactly.
And then he picks up a weapon, a rake.
That's what we're referring to
just attack the dog.
Uh-huh.
And then I can't be asked. Can't be.
Dirty. Baby, I love you.
Come on, cat.
Yes.
Yeah, and you know what they're insinuating? That the rake is in an abusive relationship because afterwards he's like, "I'm sorry, baby, I love you." I'm like,
and then he
what?
tried to taste it.
Yeah.
Bro, that's what happened.
No, he did. He tried to taste the rake. He tried to taste the rake.
I'm like, what are you doing, bro? I'm like, what was the purpose?
He tried to taste the rake.
And I'm like, I don't understand. And then we get a horrible lesson on what not to do in a crazy situation.
Yeah.
There's like, they get the dog by making him hold a balloon pin.
Oh yeah, and then we get that weird scene where he's basically like,
it's like a high Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
yeah, he's basically like, he's a hippie.
Yeah,
And he disguised himself as a hippie to try to get the dog back from the neighbor. And so then they go and then they get back to the house. And then the house is in another.
They make like the things impersonate a police officer.
Distract the mom. I'm like,
I
okay.
think use like reverse psychology, and that for some reason works. So why not?
Yeah, well, why not? So they get back to the house, and apparently the house is all spotless. And then they find out that it's actually another dimension of the cat, and then
it turns into.
It was already crazy, but this went straight to what is.
They ride a human surfboard down a theme park made of bubblegum soda.
Leading into our worst joke in the whole movie.
I have never seen more product placement in my entire life.
This is amazing! It's like a ride in an amusement park!
You mean like at Universal Studios? Cha-ching. Whoa!
And I watched the entirety of Into the Spider-Verse 5 times in a row. Like you really paused the movie. Are you good? Hey, bro, relax. It can't hurt you anymore. Bro, relax.
PTSD.
Bro, like, that was the... If you didn't know before, you know now. The movie was made by Universal Studios.
So they have a Universal Studios product placement moment where they're like writing down the human surfboard. They're like, oh, this is amazing! It's like a ride in the music park. And he's like, you mean like that Universal Studios? I'm like,
bro, this is not a YouTube comedy skit ad placement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is not an infomercial. You took 5 seconds of our time and wasted about $800 for the sound effects just to
make a Universal Studios joke.
Like, bro, I don't get it.
So yeah, the kids, they learn a lesson apparently, and I'm using the word apparently because they learned it in like just 5 minutes. Apparently the neighbor is not going to get together with the mom. Happy one, ooh, right? And the party is a success at the house, and then I'm skipping. This was dog crap.
Alright, if you have to give like a rush, okay, try to explain this movie to somebody who hasn't seen it in about 30 seconds. Go.
This movie was complete dog crap. I completely agreed with the neighbor as supposedly he's the antagonist, but I completely agreed with him in terms of what they're saying about the boy. Whether he gets with her is irrelevant. That boy needs to go. They did not need a cat in a hat at all.
They didn't.
And yeah, and making this movie entirely pointless. The humor wasn't funny.
No.
The effects were terrible.
No.
The story was not even a story. And yeah, this movie is complete and utter crap, and I wipe my behind with this on the toilet, and that's my third response.
Alright, time to give a rough amalgamation. Okay, I'm just trying to think. Okay. Alright, let's see. A misfit toddler and a serial killer get traumatized by an amalgamation of Deadpool and that one kid from Dragon Tales. You know who I'm talking about. And then let's see. They've been in the reality of time and space like Doctor Strange, and it ends up with the evil boyfriend who's not really evil getting Nickelodeon out of the house by Snot, and then he tries to marry the mom who basically slams the door on him. And the lesson of the story is, if you're bad, a magical being will terrorize your home. A magical being will terrorize your home. In an effort to induce, let's see, violence on all canines, and then teach you how to drive teach you how to just drive a car with 3 wheels, which doesn't work in the slightest.
No.
I can't. Don't sign contracts ever. Just don't do it. I don't. What was the purpose? What's the purpose? Like, who thought we needed this movie? No,
Wait. I have the explanation. Money.
No.
It's a sad world.